Check. Check. Test. Welcome to the house of thrillers. I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. That's right, I read my novels with sound effects and B-roll that goes along with the story. Check. Check, 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 check. So if you like books on tape, or you just want to cure a little boredom, stick around. Subscribe to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be reading Dutch Coffee Shop. So buckle your seatbelt, it's quite the ride. And we'll see you on the other side. Oracles and beyond. Check, oracles, check. To laugh, to love, to learn. To laugh, to love, to learn. Check, 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 check. Dirty, rotten imbeciles. Dirty, rotten imbeciles. Deidre Baker. Deidre Baker. Sagenda. 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 Check. Sagenda. Angela Critters. Angela Critters. Ska, 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 ska. Check, Angela, check. Check. Learn and grow within. Learn and grow within. Learn and grow within. Welcome, my dear. Ska, 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 ska. Amos Cardosa. Amos Cardosa. Welcome to the House of Thrones. Check. Check, Rita, check. Ska, 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 ska. Debbie Carson. Debbie Carson. Ska, 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 ska. Debbie Carson. Wild Style Vlogs. Wild Style Vlogs. Wild Style Vlogs. Ska, 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 ska. Check Wild Style. Check, 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 check. Dark Road Run. Dark Road Run. Dark Road Run. Dark Road Run. Check, 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 check. Dark road run. Dark road run. Creepy and dragon explore beyond. Creepy and dragon explore beyond. Ska, 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 test, 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 test. Grab your coffee. Check, 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 check. Check, Gulf Coast Granny. Gulf Coast Granny. Gulf Coast Granny. Gulf Coast Granny. Check. Angela Critters. Angela Critters. Ska, 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 ska. Check, Angela. Ska, 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 ska. Welcome, Soothing Sound Girl. Soothing Sound Girl. Soothing Sound Girl. Ska, 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 ska. So gentle. And Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Exotic Filipina. Exotic Filipina. Exotic Filipina. Ska, 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 ska. Learn and grow with Ann. Learn and grow with Ann. Learn and grow with Ann. Check. Learn and grow with Ann. Dark road run. Oracles, oracles, and beyond. Ska, 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 ska. Test, Eric, test. Eric Garcia. Test, 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 test. Test, Eric, test. Rita's Juicy Life. Rita's Juicy Life. Ska, 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 ska. Rita's Juicy Life. Check. Scully is definitely in love. He's got a picture of his wife on his hat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, getting wild in the chat. Woo. Perdóname, perdóname. Beth Bazzello, Beth Bazzello. Check, Beth. This is not for the faint of heart. Shauna's Beats, Shauna's Beats, Shauna's Beats. Check. Ska, 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 ska. Gus, 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 Gus. Jamie, 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 welcome, Jamie. Jamie, welcome. On StreamYard. You can do it, baby. I'm gonna get it tonight. Phil Guy 316. Phil Guy 316. Buckle up, buddy. Check, Christine. Check. Check, 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 check. Christine. Christine May Hills. Christine May Hills. Welcome. Abcab 77. What a crowd we got tonight. We're going to be reading Dutch at the coffee shop. It's the novel that I wrote. And it's wild. We're going to be picking up in chapter 30. If you want to go back to the beginning of the novel, I've got a link down below. You can catch up. But we're getting into the hot part of the novel. Scully's House of Thrill. Give you guys a couple of minutes there to settle in, and we're going to kick it off. I'd like to welcome you to the House of Thrills. I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. Tonight, we're going to be reading Dutch Coffee Shop. So buckle your seatbelt, it's quite the ride. And we'll see you on the other side. Check. On the second Monday of William's trip, the day before October began, nothing concrete had materialized on his brother. For the better part of the days, he sat around the coffee shop and watched the boys sell kilos of cannabis to an endless barrage of characters. Some patrons bought as little as 1 gram, others bought 20 or more. A few would leave with a sample of each item from the menu. Customers desiring multiple kilos often had to wait for hours while their orders were arranged with the supply shop. Whatever that was, William knew there were certain things he never learned. From what he'd gathered, hashish was brokered at the local level, imported to Holland from places like Nepal, Afghanistan, and Katama in the Rif Mountains of Morocco. All exotic destinations he never knew existed. The coffee shop enjoyed a steady influx of people too. It left little time for idle chit-chat. During the busiest of times, when the line was out the door, the boys would pick up their pace. Like a processing plant, hashish and weed was packed, rolled off the belts, and placed into the hands of the consumer. Mano, he was in and out of the shop all day, taking care of various things, as Klaus called them. Check. When it came to trading soft drugs, Klaus and Mano were experts in the art of negotiation, explaining the different products, their values, their originalities, and so on. Mano was the clever one. His knowledge of languages, politics, finance, books, and the arts was endless and vast. It also seemed at times that he It also seemed at times that the scholarly gangster could be your best friend or perhaps your worst nightmare, depending on the mood governed by his Asperger's. The classic Jekyll and Hyde persona. Klaus said it had everything to do with his disability. At quiet times in the shop, usually just before it opened, Mano could be heard clicking those damn pliers. He often went to them in stressful situations, which William found to be quite annoying. The fact was, they hadn't heard anything about Jimmy. It was a strange place to be in all day, the coffee shop. There was constant smoke. People were always stoned out of their minds, and you had to be on the lookout because it was guaranteed that something odd would happen on any given day. Some patrons handled the smoke well. Others fell into fits of laughter. Played the fools. The smugglers always treated the weed tenders with the uttermost respect. But William knew that these folks were probably the most dangerous of all the coffee shop's clients. Mostly, people left with the shop with smiles on their faces. William wondered why the cops never bothered them. He figured that Timon had made some kind of arrangement with the local authorities. Kickbacks, whatever, it didn't matter. He remembered Timon's advice. Do not concern yourself with matters that do not involve you, William. Femke van der Waal. Femke van der Waal. She wasn't making it easy for him either. She would come by the shop 4 or 5 times a day, whining to Klaus about everything but the kitchen sink. William didn't know what to do about her. She seemed to always be flirting with him, batting those eyelashes. The subtle hints that she wanted to screw him. The model would disappear for hours on end and then return each time without warning, spewing more venom at Klaus. William could see that the rock star gangster was near his breaking point. Check. Check AAP. Check, 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 check. AAP's variety channel. Ned, Germany. Ned, Germany. Check, Ned, check. Chrysler Imperial H. Chrysler Imperial H. Welcome to the House of Thrillers. Paul Beck drywall tube. Paul Beck drywall tube. Ska 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 ska. 23KC, 23KC, 23KC. Jen's Life UK. Jen's Life UK. Doing good, Nathan. Good to see you, broski. Sagenta. Check. Scuss. Check's agenda. Check. Scuss. Check. Susie Valentin Realtor. Susie Valentin Realtor. Check, Susie. Scuss. Heck yeah, Scully. When Hunt returned to the Bauhaus, the innkeeper said, Mynheer, I have a message for you. Hunt took the piece of paper, read it to himself, and then turned back to the innkeeper and said with a poker face, Is there a phone I could possibly use? Yeah. You may use the telephone in the bar in the cafe. If you want, I can make the change for you. Hunt pulled out a few bills, handed them over to the innkeeper. It's long distance to Holland. Do you think that'll be enough? Ja, more than enough, Maynard. As Hunt dialed Augustino's phone number from the payphone, he cursed his cell phone, which rested in the Gucci messenger bag full of money. The damn thing's useless outside of Holland, he thought. Everything is settled, my friend, said the Mozambican. You will be meeting a man by the name of Ole Anderson in a place called the Sidegaden. Augustino gave him the pertinent details of the trip. It is in the north of Denmark, in the Jutland area, a city called Aalborg. Hunt thanked his African friend for everything. I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate this. Any luck finding a buyer yet? Obviously not. Otherwise, I would be with you now, out of this God-forsaken place. Hunt let out a single cluck. Good luck to you, Augustino. The Mozambican cleared his throat. You understand my brother's fee? Not a problem, my friend. I just hope everything will work for you. You deserve the whole kit and caboodle. If anybody deserves it, it would be you. Check. Check, AAP. Check. Adam Trippy dude. Learn and grow within. Learn and grow within. Learn and grow within. Hannah and her father decided to stop off and see William at Dykestraat 33. They were anxious to find out if the boys had found anything out about Jimmy's whereabouts. Certainly by now, they should have heard something. William said to Hannah, "The other day, Mano thought he had a lead, but I guess it turned out to be nothing. I just been sitting here waiting to hear something. I just can't believe that Jimmy left without saying goodbye. We have gone through so much together." I don't know what to say. I guess it doesn't surprise me that he left like that. He always used to pull that stunt when we were young. But he would always come back and surprise us later. Like he had a plan in the back pocket the whole time. At that moment, Josh van den Berg realized that he had made a terrible mistake. It was the first time he'd done something this serious, i.e. deliberately keeping Hannah away from a man that she loved deeply. She might not ever forgive you if you don't come clean right now. Josh van den Berg had no intention of going to his grave without a guilty conscience. So with great sorrow, he said, "I need to tell you something, baby." Hannah knew that voice. In a concerned tone, she said, "What is it, Pa?" Josh van den Berg stared at the floor. There was a letter. Jimmy sent you one. Her father stuttered. Hannah's cheeks flared red, a bright cherry red. "What did you say, Pa? A letter?" It was as if the devil spoke through her. "A letter? A letter? What kind of letter?" "Jimmy wanted you to meet him in Amsterdam and fly back to America with him. Start a new life with him. I just didn't think it was the right thing to do, you going to America." "Pa, I'm not a little girl anymore. You should have given me the letter." "Oh no, Jimmy. You must have thought, no, it can't be happening." Josh van den Berg knew that his daughter was right. "I'm so sorry." He knew his apology was meaningless. It do nothing to rid her of the grief that sunk her body. Although he couldn't understand a word, William could see that a serious problem had arisen between the two. All of a sudden, Hannah took off to the bathroom. The big man turned to William and said something in English, distraught words of connotative helplessness. "Maybe you talk to my daughter, okay?" "What's wrong?" William said. "Please, you talk to Hannah, yeah?" William went to the back, knocked on the door to the bathroom, Hannah, you okay in there? Go away, William. What's the matter? It took some convincing, but Hannah eventually came out. Jimmy has sent me a letter. He wanted to meet me in Amsterdam. He was waiting for me, William. My father has kept this letter from me. Oh, God. Hannah ran from the room, past her father in the smoking area, saying, "You should have told me, Pa." When William came out of the back, Hannah was gone. Check. Y'all know I'm gonna re-upload this in a more cleaner fashion, but we're gonna have some fun tonight and just kicking back and enjoying ourselves. Take your mind off all that rigmarole out there. Ska, 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 ska. Check, Angela Critters, check. Rita's Juicy Life. AAP Variety Channel, AAP Variety Channel. Sean T. Uber, ska, 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 ska. I'm in the bushes listening low battery. Check, Angela, check. Amos Cardosa. Amos Cardosa. Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Manic Mouth 420. Manic Mouth 420 test. Test. Test, 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 test. Gulf Coast Granny. Welcome, my dear. Susie Valentin Realtor. Susie Valentin Realtor. Susie Valentin Realtor. Adam Trippy Dude. Adam Trippy Dude. Check Adam Trippy Dude. Amos Cardosa and Angela Critters and Shanti Uber. Ned Germany check. Ned Germany check. Ska, ska. Yosh when the bear found his daughter at the Bundys. I didn't lose you, baby. I love you more than you can know. You're all I have left. Anna Von den Bear felt the tender spot in her heart open up. The one that she'd hidden for all of these years. Right then and there, she knew how much her father loved her. And she loved him too. It's okay, she said, releasing the spirit from within. I wanted to help you, you see. I felt like I betrayed you as a father. I know I stole your childhood. It's not your fault, Pa. My mother had a lot to do with it. Well, I love you, Pa. Understand something. Even if I would have left, it wasn't like I would stop loving you. Although she was madder than hell, she'd forgiven him. Come on, Father said, regaining the happy color between his cheeks. Let's get out of here and maybe get something to eat. This place drives me crazy. Into the cold night they went. Rain coming down in sheets. Quickly they got into the car, buckling up. Yash from the the old streetcar, noticed a suspicious-looking car across the street. A black Jaguar of some sort. It was difficult to tell through the rain, but he thought he saw a man behind the wheel, looking in their direction. For whatever reason, he felt it odd. To Hannah, with urgency, he said, "Buckle up, baby. Something's going on." Hannah turned around to see what the commotion was all about, but saw nothing but a car across the street. She said, "Are you talking about the car behind us, in front of the Lopin Dogs? Who do you think it is, Pa?" The Jaguar inched forward. Fucking bastard. He wants to fuck around with the funding bed. I'll show him. In his rearview mirror, he saw the Jaguar's radial tires bounce off the curb onto the street. Hold on, baby. Her father rammed the gas pedal to the floor. For a second, he had no control over the car. The wheels spun in place on the slick brakes. Her father's demeanor worried Hannah. She had never seen her father act this way with a car. Usually, he was so timid. The Jaguar moved further into the road, having none of its problem of its prey. Yeah, he's on my tail. I'm sure of it. The car didn't move a millimeter until Yash pulled the gear shift down to second. Swiftly, their vehicles picked up speed. He pressed in the clutch and switched to third. Cobblestones coming at them faster now. Fourth, putting some distance between them and their predator. Hold on, baby. We're gonna make this turn. He backed the gear shift over to second, causing the Mini Cooper to roar. It decelerated, slid to starboard, catching a puddle. The big man countered, regained forward momentum. Straight up noose throt and unheard of speeds. I think we lost him, baby. Yeah, I think so, Pa, Hannah said, frightened for the pedestrians around them. Yash from the bear didn't let up for a second. No, he's still back there, baby. Trust me. At that moment, a large puddle met their tires, shooting the Mini Cooper sideways. Hydroplaning. Tick, 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 tick. regaining traction. Josh Fundenberg and his daughter being thrown around like dice in a Yahtzee cup. The Jag called up quick. Josh steadied the car, noticing that the gap between them and their follower had narrowed. "Oh, tight, baby. Bloody bastard," he said inwardly. "Try to hurt my daughter." He shifted up the third, careened forward, traveling at even more unacceptable speeds on the busy new stride. They were heading for the dike. Pedestrians displayed looks of astonishment. A few small children jumped out of the way. Bags of groceries spilled into the air. Lemons, oranges, balls of cheese rolling around the sidewalk like soccer balls. Panic mode now. This was for real. He took a hair-grinding right turn onto the Skelter Boulevard and skated at breakneck speed along the dike road. The pursuer did not let up in the least, yet he was a good 100 meters behind them. The big man punched the gas pedal. "You've almost lost him. A little further and you'll be out of danger. Up the way." He knew the bend would come fast. He'd have to downshift into third, or they were done. "Okay, now baby, we're gonna make the curve. In the dike, hold on tight." As they entered the turn, he downshifted into third as planned. He knew the road well. He'd done this many times when he was in a hurry. But as he did this, he noticed a procession of cyclists taking up half the road. His half. He hit the brakes hard. The Mini Cooper fished tail sideways. Like a party balloon that's been poked by a pin, the front right tire exploded. The Fondenbergs had only a second to see the brick wall coming their way. "We're gonna get Bob!" With paternal instinct, Josh Fundenberg put his arm up to shield his child. Hannah, at 27, knew she had lived a short life. Things could have been different, she thought. She looked up one last time and took in the dike she'd walked around on as a child. The concrete walls that had always protected her from the ocean. The same walls that would take her life now. "It's all over," she told herself. The impact was loud, a crinkling, spasmodic reverberation of demolition. A hot engine echoed throughout the center. Ted and Ocean listened and heard. Chet. Oh, Susie knows now. Susie knows what happened to Hannah. So do y'all. Check. Roll call. BizDac travel. There's something about thriller man's voice. All big drywall tube. Learn and grow with Dan. No, not Hannah. The brick wall. Word of the wreck went through the centrum like a detangling comb goes through wet hair. Of course, no one understood what the hell had happened. Just that 2 people were dead. 2 locals up by the dike near the old swim baths. The kind of music I used to listen to in the pubs. Augustino heard the sirens from afar, but he didn't think much about the incident until he heard someone walk into Bundy's and say, "It's Hannah Vandenberg and her father." The Mozon Beacon's stomach turned to mush. As if on autopilot, he grabbed a rag and began wiping down the bar. He hoped that another pedestrian would come in soon and give a full report of the episode. He prayed there was a mistake. He wouldn't have to wait long. A second patron came in and said they hit the brick wall near the old swim baths, the Skeldorado. There's nothing left of the tiny car. The big man, Josh Vandenberg. Augustino stood there in shock, listening to the interpretations of the tragic event. Not 5 minutes ago, Hannah and her father had been standing right here in front of him. Right here. How was this possible? Was he next on their list? Augustino knew at that moment that the roles to the game had changed. And then Dowder, a regular, came into the pub ranting and raving. Man, they fucking rammed that hall so hard you won't believe it. The black car following them somehow made it through. I tell you, those damn cyclists are lucky. Heavy metal chef. Heavy metal chef. Ned, say hello to Heavy Metal Chef. Jerry's Explorer. Jerry. Check, Jerry. Check, 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 check. Check, check, Jerry. Jerry, check. GTO helps. GTO helps. Susie Valentin wrote. Check, Susie, check, check. Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Augustino thought he was going to vomit. Like opening a door to an oven, the rumor started a progression of heat, which scalded the city. Before long, the townspeople would have many versions of the incident. Augustino thought, and if I don't get the fuck out of here soon, there will be another story tomorrow. A Mozambican found dead in alley. Over at Dykestraat 33, William also heard the sirens. You must have the problem into Centrum, the rock star gangster said to William. Like someone got shot or something? We shall see. About 15 minutes later, Mano Clayson entered the coffee shop with a dejected look on his face. In English, he said, "I am afraid I have bad news." William braced himself. "Is it about my brother?" Klaus listened intently. "Not your brother, William, but nearly as bad, I am afraid. Hannah and Josh van den Berg have been killed in auto accident." William's body tensed up. "Oh no." Klaus said something in Dutch, which caused Mano to walk over to the window and look outside. "What's he doing?" William wondered. Was someone out there waiting to kill them? Is this what the boys meant when they talked about war? For the first time ever, William experienced full-blown paranoia. To the Dutch gangsters, he said, I mean, what's going on? Are we safe?" "Oh, for fuck's sake," Klaus said in English. With a demeanor not yet exposed to the American, the rock star gangster strutted over to the bar and retrieved a gun. "I shoot him in the fucking head." William had no idea what kind of gun it was, except that it was big. "Let him come fuck with us. We showed him how to fucking fight, yeah." The situation has become complex, Mano said. "You must watch your back, lad." As he spoke, two hawk-like eyes settled on William. Klaus was livid. "We no negotiation, William." Mano's eyes blinked like a salamander. "We must assume that Constantine is behind this. It is not bullshit, William." "I fucking killed them all," Klaus said again. "Short of pissing in his... Check. Short of pissing in his britches, William settled what nerves he had left. But he was thinking, poor Hannah, she didn't deserve to die. Neither did her father. Whew. Wow. Gulf Coast Granny. Gina Biana Vinci. Gina Biana Vinci. Gina Biana Vinci. Scuss. Gina Biana Vinci. Gina Biana Vinci. Check. CJ Connor. CJ Canora. Rita's Juicy Life. Rita's Juicy Life. Jen's Aura. Rita's Juicy Life. Check. GTO helps. GTO helps. GTO helps. AAP's Variety Channel. AAP's Variety Channel. AAP's Variety Channel. Gina Bianovici. Gina Bianovici. Look at that StreamYard buffering. Where we at? Take it down, Gina. Roll call. Oh wow, we finished chapter 30. We're on chapter 31. Check it out. Might be a good time for a little 3 to 5 minute break. Check. Check, 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 check. AAP Variety Channel. Heavy Metal Chef, good evening. Hello, Heavy Metal Chef, Jerry's Explorer. Heavy Metal Chef, Gulf Coast Greg. Heavy Metal Chef. Hope there isn't a black jack chasing you. GTO helps. Well, I'm 63 minutes late. CJ, CJ, good evening, AAP. Gina Bianovich. Skus. You're 63 minutes late, but you can catch up to the party. Susie Valentine Realtor. I was 35 minutes late. GTO helps. Yeah, but I know, Susie, I fell asleep. Gina Bianovich. AAP, good evening to you. CJ Canal. Rita's Juicy Live. Rita's Juicy Live. Rita's Juicy Live. Rita, good evening, sister. AAP's Variety Channel. Gina Bianovich, Gulf Coast Greg. Check. Sagenda says, okay. Gina Bianovich. Itch. It's probably a rat. She ain't scortosa. LOL, AAP's Variety Channel. Exactly. Hey, Sagenda. Gina Bianovich. Hey, Gina. Sagenda. I don't know GTO, but I'm glad I didn't miss everything. Gee. Hi, Learn and Grow. Gina Bianovich. Pull in my driveway now. Heavy Metal Chef. Buckle up. Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Shannon Shack. Fell back to second, Scully. 2 hours ago. Damn. I'll get that turned back around. Shit. Sure. As my daughter says around the house, ska, 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 she loves ghosts, the ones I can let her hear. Tomorrow is the last income stream, 6 hours straight. So please stop in to most definitely Shannon Shack, Shannon Shack, Shannon Shack. Chapter 31. Folgers, Folgers, Long Shannon Shack, Folgers, I got my Folgers. I would love a Dutch coffee, Dow Egbert's Dutch coffee. Check, Shannon, check. Ska, 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 of the many things he thought he might do on an adventure, attending a funeral was not on his list. Hannah and her father were dead. It was beyond belief. And to top it all off, Timon had finally told him about his wife's illness. "We must leave to go to Switzerland," the Dutchman had told him. "My wife needs the treatment, and the doctor said we must do it now." "When are you coming back?" William had asked. "We shall not return, William. If Lillian survives the operation, we are moving to Indonesia for the rest of our lives." William remembered how taken aback he'd been when Timon told him about his wife. "Do not worry, lad. Menno and Klaus will help you find the truth about your brother." So he bid Timon adieu, and now he was here at this terrible funeral, watching the fun bears heading off to their final resting place. As he sat through the burial service, the young American thought that maybe the people who killed the Fundin bears were watching him at this very moment. How would he ever know? William searched the crowd. He had the strong suspicion that 2 or 3 people were eyeballing him, clocking his every move. Klaus had told him that Mano would be attending the service and that Mano needed to talk to him about something. William could only wonder what that might be and what would happen next. Perhaps the scholarly gangster wanted to warn him, tell him that the charade had gotten out of hand, and they were all in over their heads. He hoped that wouldn't be the case. Friends and family of Yash and Hannah piled into the church. Folks in pews sobbed. When the hearse delivered the bodies, William lost it momentarily. A decorated carriage with 2 horses stood ready to lead the procession. A driver wore a black top hat and a long ebony cloak that stretched down to the wheels and over the dashboard to the horses' tails. The man looked down at the group of mourners. Dark fabric covered the bodies of the equine. Behind the hearse came the family and friends of the departed, some wearing tall hats in the traditional Dutch fashion. They traveled a good distance to the graveyard, where hoary tombstones stood amidst wild chamomile. All was silent until the earth was thrown back into the holes, bidding farewell to the fond and bearers forever. I thought I put that on loop earlier. Anyway. Check. Check, CJ. Gina, check. GTO. Where we at? It was quite sad, really, William thought. He couldn't help but wonder if his being here had caused all of this. It's not your fault, he heard a voice from within say. But they were good people. Why did they have to die? William hadn't seen them amongst the crowd. Man, oh, Clyson. He waited till the ceremony was over to sneak up on the young American and say, I suppose you have never experienced a Dutch funeral. With a glum look on his face, William turned around and said, oh, hey, man, I didn't see you there. I was looking for you. I didn't expect to see that guy all dressed in black with those horses. I never heard of such a thing. The scholarly gangster looked at William sternly and said, forget about the phonies, boy. We have a lead on your brother's whereabouts. Shit. Now that Josh and Hannah Fondenberg were dead, the town speculated wildly about the war taking place. Terzoninians were puzzled. lapping off at the gums about the murders of Yanny and Rutger and the disappearances of the Expediter, Rosie and Hunt, and now added to the death list, the Fondant Bears. The question most often asked around town was, who would be next? The town had a story, and the inhabitants would milk it for all it's worth. The bottom line was that Jimmy, or Hunt as he was known over here, had become the quintessential mystery man. Klaus and Mano at times seemed hopeful about certain information they had received, but each time the leads seemed to fizzle out like warm soda pop poured over ice cubes. "We must watch behind us," Klaus the Cracker said, standing alert in the road in front of Dykstra 33. The rock star gangster looked around, checked the alley on the side of the building, and seeing no junkies or street dealers, said to William, "All's goed, John." "All is good then," William said to himself, translating the Dutch words. With the day's stash stockpiled in a duffel bag over his shoulder, he locked the deadbolt behind him. He met Klaus in the road, handed him the loot and said, "Are we going to the Bundys tonight?" "Yeah, but first I want to show you something." The rock star gangster led him past the pub to another part of Dykstra. "We go see the shop where your bruder was Wietender." They stopped a few doors down from Dykstra. "That's it, huh?" William pictured his brother coming out day after day, heading into town for a night of partying with whores and gangsters. "Did you ever meet my brother?" "Ja, once we have met. We have run out of the weed at our shop, so I have went to 24. "Did you actually talk to him?" "He was a very friendly man, yeah. He seemed to know me, even though we had not met. He was, how you say, very professional. I have explained to him that we were out of the product, and he has allowed us to buy it from him for the one time." "Klaus, sometimes your English is kind of hard to understand, but I hope we will find him soon." "I believe we will," added Klaus. They walked back outside in the middle of town, found themselves at Bundy's. When they strolled into the pub, Van Halen's "Running with the Devil" played to a packed crowd. The place looked like a steam room. It smelled like cannabis. "Tonight we party at the home base, eh? We will have no problems here." William felt better about the moment. "Relax," he told himself. "Have a few drinks so you can sleep tonight." "Who hiding?" Augustino asked him. "No, you better give me a Jack Daniels tonight," William said. "Shit." Learn and grow within. check and check. Checks agenda, check. CJ Canoe, CJ Canoe. GTO helps. Good tune, says heavy metal shit. Well, I have around me a Dutch Brothers coffee shop. Skus. Take it down. When William woke up the following morning, he swore he'd never have another sip of whiskey again. Oh, my fucking head. It's definitely gonna be the worst hangover of my life. The Dutch know how to party. That's for damn sure. And to think that he'd once considered himself adept at the art of the drink. He learned to play every drinking game known to man with his fellow Mississippians as a teenager. No, these people knew how to throw down. In recovery mode, William sat behind the bar with Mano setting up for the day. He rubbed his temples, hoping it would make the pain go away. "Where's Klaus?" he asked. "Klaus will perhaps be with this William mid all morning. His woman, it seems they are making attempts to reconcile." William can never understand how a guy like Klaus, with the objective advice of someone like Mano Clausen, could put up with a woman such as Filmco. Mano was a smart cat, but still Klaus wouldn't listen. The Dutch were social people, never missing a chance to have a coffee break, to gossip about the latest things going on. Coffee to them was an excuse, as well as a staple. A way for them to distance themselves from reality. They believed in something called gezelligheid, which meant cozy and warm and comfortable, all wrapped up into one word. And they believed in cannabis. Believed it could be controlled. Believed it could be tolerated. Believed that under the right circumstances, it would work fine in society. There were literally thousands of coffee shops throughout the country, from Friesland in the north to the Zeeland in the south. The grow rooms that hid below the surface, hundreds in any one city, helped to supply the shops. But in border towns like Ternosian, demand outpaced supply because foreigners would cross the border to purchase pot. The local growers could not keep up the pace. So cannabis had to be smuggled into the country. Towns like Ternosian benefited from the increased tourism, but suffered from unsavory characters that proliferated in the small city. Mano tended to one of these outcasts, the first customer of the day. The Vin Diesel-looking character haggled with the scholarly gangster over a fairly quantity of hash, with a flawless show of salesmanship. He handled the customer with ease, getting down to his level. Again, his mastery of the languages served him well. The usual array of customers continued to come as the day progressed. Klaus must have taken off the day, because he still hadn't shown up yet. The shop had settled down. Mano said to William, "You were very brave to come here." William thought for a second. "I don't know about that at all. You've been a courageous lad. Mano, you think we'll find my brother?" "Yes, I do." A Kalashnikov is a submachine gun made in the USSR. Some may know it as Automat Kalashnikov or AK-47. Created by Mikhail Kalashnikov, it is the weapon of choice around the world. To the people in Ternosian Centrum, they wanted a place of choice. Thus they named their center after the Russian gun. The establishment stood for unity. Such debate as to whether the name would cause problems actually helped to foster its inception. In spite of the dangers associated with being in the regular pubs and cafes, Kalashnikov was a place where you could feel comfortable. where you didn't have to worry about the street thugs and junkies harassing you. You could call it a pub, you could call it a cafe, or for that matter, a concert hall. But the bottom line was that the place existed for the people and by the people. For the local bands trying to make it big, and for the traveling ones already on their way up. Kalashnikov, nothing fancy, but told you. Kalashnikov, standing for peace. Kalashnikov, a local group working pro bono for a better cause. Kalashnikov, an idea formed by the far left Greens out of the local community, a place to discuss new ideas. But it was Tuesday night and the place was filled to capacity. Looted Inheritance, a local heavy metal band who'd recently signed a label, was backstage preparing to perform. Packs of teenagers hovered in cliques. Older hippies stood around like exclamation points, some wearing AC/DC and Metallica t-shirts. Their heads bobbing to outs and chains. Here comes the rooster. The figure eight of a dozen joints wobble around the room, through the packs and into the hands of coffee shop owners and their dealers. After all, on this weekend evening, everyone had come to enjoy a party. The band's entourage moved over the stage, fine-tuning electronics, doing mic checks, running chords here and there. Nearby, groupies cooed enthusiastically, hoping to meet the band members. Just then, commotion erupting near the entrance to the club. Yari Fisser, the unruly gangster, made his way through the crowd. He saw that many of the women had taken heed of his presence. Some of them had boyfriends, he noticed, and their lovers now regarded him with distasteful esteem. Violently, he glared at them as if to say, "I'll fuck you up a good one." Fisser felt on top of the world. A gram of Colombian cocaine freshly circulating through his system. He took out at the bar made available by the bartender. With guttural hellos and subtle nods, he greeted many of the patrons around. Madonna's Vogue now pumped seductively over the roar of the crowd, and to his dismay, he found himself thrusting his head to the beat. His synapses firing on all levels. He had been thinking, "The Colombian's worth his weight in gold. I can't feel my fucking face." Greta Garbo and Monroe, Dietrich and Damascia, Marlon Brando, Jimmy Dean on the cover of a magazine. Grace Kelly, Arlo Jean, picture of a beauty queen. Fred Astaire, Ginger Roberts dance on air. They had style. They had grace. As the words entered his ears, they energized Visser. The unruly gangster was ready to party now, all fucking night. He looked around and saw that no one man in this room could take him. For fuck's sake, I'll take on any 5 of them. Fuck them, he thought supremely. To make matters worse, in his back pocket, another 5 grams of the powerful drug awaited consumption. Party time, he told himself, thinking he had enough to last throughout the night, even if he had to share a little with Femke, or whomever he ended up with. Where was that little bitch anyway? Surely she's here. You know her late to the big parties. He ordered drinks for everybody and a maker's mark for himself, showering money in all directions. In a subdued area of the bar, amid 20 people or so, he spotted her. The model was flirting with some asshole. Visser knew that all it would take was for him to walk up and say boo, and the dude would be history. Because it was dark inside, he couldn't tell if Femke's friend was a local or just some dick on the wall. Check Thrifty Lobster. Bottle caps. Bottle caps. Bottle caps. Gina Piano Vinci. Gina. Check and check. Check, 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 check. Not every day do I meet somebody from my province. When I do, I go over and slap that little red button. Check, Rita, check. Heavy metal chef, heavy metal chef, heavy metal chef. BC Treasure Trails, BC Treasure Trails. Check, 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 check. Beyond a few. Check, 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 check. Yeah, yeah. Beyond a few beers and joints, Femke van der Wal could have cared less about Klaus. He's such a dumbass, she mused. He believes everything I tell him. Femke knew the plain, simple fact was Klaus loved her. He was such a fool. She fed him the same excuse time and time again. I was drunk, Klaus. I don't know what got into you. It won't happen again, baby, I promise. I just won't go out anymore. Not without you. She never considered that one day Klaus might just snap. Yard Visser's face popped out of the crowd, diverting her attention away from her would-be suitor. The unruly gangster spotted the model making her way toward him. Their eyes met, and they turned away, then met again. He mouthed the words, "Meet me in the bathroom." The model understood. She nodded back. In the bathroom, with butterflies in her stomach, Femke waited eagerly. She could only hope that Klaus was nowhere to be found. Visser went through the bathroom door. He dropped his pants and had Femke naked before she could take 5 breaths. "Yari," she said when they were done. Oh, that was so exciting. Visser released his ponytail, shook out his hair and pulled it back again. "When can I see you again?" "Tomorrow morning, meet me at my flat. Klaus took the day off, so he'll have to go to the shop tomorrow." "Yari dear, he told me something very disturbing this afternoon. I'll explain tomorrow." "Disturbing? Like what?" The model, looking very serious now, replied, "I'll tell you all about it. Breakfast. I'll have to go." Femke turned away from him, unlocked the bathroom door, and strode out with a satisfied look on her face. After finishing up a couple of lines of cocaine in the bathroom, Visser felt superhuman once again. He flung open the bathroom door and headed straight for the bar. Femke was gone. "Give me a fucking Jaeger bomb." In the recessed corner of the room, in a subdued light, little did Visser know, but Mano Kleisen had witnessed the entire event. Like a rook on a chessboard, he stood ready to strike. Check, chapter 31. Check 2 minutes, 2 minutes, chapter 31. Smoke and sit. Smoke and sit. Check. Smoke and sit. Check. Check, sit, check. Grandma Moses. Grandma Moses. Hiya, Sid. Scuss. Mom, Gina Deanna Vinci. Scuss. Gina. Gina. Scuss. Take it down. In Amsterdam, Jimmy had waited at the Bulldog number 90 as long as possible. As he walked out of the old coffee shop, he wondered why Hannah had not met him. He simply couldn't wait another minute. There wasn't time. He had no choice. No choice. With 10 minutes to spare, the distraught American sat down in Central Station and thought about what could have been. Hannah wasn't coming. He was heartbroken. He was going to Denmark without her. She would not return to America with him. There would be no beautiful sunset. He would be rich, but he would be lonely. He knew there was a chance this might happen. Tracy B. Later in the day, Hunt's bag of money brought him to Aalborg, the fourth largest city in Denmark. Per Augustino's instructions, he was to find the Virgin Anne Street, or what the Danes called Jomfru Annika. He entered the quaint district and thought immediately that it resembled Bill Street in Memphis, Tennessee. He had visited the Bluff City when he was seeking out places to attend college. Memphis State University had offered him a full academic ride. Then he was accused of the murder, and everything fell apart. As Hunt sat back in a place called the Cittelgaden, one of the most popular dance clubs in the long row of bars along the street, he scanned the establishment for his contact, Ole Anderson. Out of sheer habit, Hunt reached for something to roll. Back in Ternosian, in a situation like this, he surely would have lit up. Smoking cannabis was strictly forbidden in Denmark, so he quickly put it out of his mind. That's behind you now anyway. Besides, it felt good to get out of Belgium and further away from Ternosian. And the more he distanced himself, the safer Hunt felt. And now that he was mere hours from going home a rich man, Hunt felt a sense of freedom and energy. The fact that he might not see Hannah again saddened him. He left without saying goodbye, and the letter seemed to have been a waste of time. To be honest, it was killing him inside. Why hadn't she met him? Did she really not love him? Had she met someone else? Again, he kept asking himself, why did she not meet me in Amsterdam? Damn, the letter should have gotten there. Maybe she never wants to see you again. You're probably just a creep in her eyes. Look at what you've done to the girl. She's been through enough. Even if you do go back for her, it would have to be after some time has passed. After you got your shit together back in Mississippi. After the money was squared away. Even then, there would be no guarantees. Hunt thought once more about the possibility that Constantine may have had something to do with her not showing up at the Bulldog. Again, he never forgive himself that something happened to her. And Hunt knew a man like Constantine, a cold-hearted Sicilian bastard, was capable of anything. The man named Ole Anderson appeared out of nowhere. The Dane was tall, fair-skinned, and had coarse texture, blonde hair. He wore a pair of Levi's on his long legs and had a plaid shirt untucked around the edges. Hunt thought he looked like Paul Newman. So you're the man looking to buy dollars, the Dane said in perfect English. It's a considerable sum, Hunt told him. Perhaps not what you're dealing with. The Dane flashed a mouthful of pearly whites and laughed. You might be surprised. Anderson waved at the waitress and told her to bring over 2 Carlsbergs. Then he turned back to the American and said, "Will you have the guilders tomorrow?" "They're ready to go," said Hunt. "So how's this going to go down?" The waitress dropped off their beers. The Dane said, "First we have a beer, and then we talk business." He lifted both bottles, gave one to Hunt and said, "Skull." Hunt clinked his bottle to the Dane. "I don't guess I'm in that big a hurry." For the next 30 minutes, the American and the Dane hung out like 2 old friends enjoying a night on the town. Hunt looked around once again and came away with the strong impression that these people knew how to drink. Anderson downed the last of his brew with a thump. He set down his empty bottle. Okay, American, this is how we do this. You walk into the bank tomorrow with the money, Japano will greet you. And then he will ask you to step in the back with him to sign the papers. That's it? Just like that, it's all set up. That's good news, he said to the Dane. "3 o'clock tomorrow." The Dane got up and disappeared onto the dance floor, shaking his butt to the music. Shit. Smoking Sid. Smoking Sid. Chicka. Oh yeah, Tracy B. Tracy B. CJ Galore. And Grandma Laissez. Grandma Laissez. So Hunt's got the money. He's got the money, a Gucci messenger bag full of $100 bills, about $3 million. And that kind of halfway through chapter 32. Gene will be in a bitch. Who we got out there? Check, CJ, check. Hey, darling. Tracy B. Scuss. So how y'all like the Dutch coffee shop? story about redemption. The roads of hell is paved with good intentions. He who dies with the most toys wins. Ska, 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 ska. RL real writing. RL real writing. Ska, 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 ska. Scully, gotta head out, gotta get up. Mr. Grindville Heavy Metal Chef. Thank you, buddy. Gina. Gina. Gina Bianavenci. Scully, the author that reads to you. Tonight, we're reading Dutch Coffee Shop. A thriller in Amsterdam. Written by Jayscullybooks in Germany. A story about redemption. Two brothers torn apart. One fakes his death. Leaves his family behind. Until William finds out his brother is alive and goes to Amsterdam looking for him. Check. So until next week, buckle that seat.